Thanks for being here. Let's begin. We'll align the skull bones over the tail. And then feeling breath as intimate with core as you are able. And there may be areas of your core which you feel deeply connected, and there may be other areas of your core whose connection feels tenuous or scattered or diverted. Take note of those also. I think it's a great skill when we can feel our disconnect. Usually we do a form of disconnect before we make less wise choices. So usually disconnect precedes other actions. So I'm sure there's some areas that are easier to inhabit, and then some areas are a little more challenging to inhabit. Let's set the right leg out. We'll keep the left leg bent in a way that's comfy, knees set widely. And first, inhale, reach the arms out to the side so the right arm reaches over the right leg. So I'm going to keep my chest facing, would that be the perpendicular way between my arms? And then exhale, connect the hands behind back and send the knuckles downward and slightly back so they don't hit the ground. And then keeping those right toes pointing toward the sky. Start to engage that right leg, that quadricep, straightening the knee. And bringing the chest, the heart, over the pelvis. And then releasing the hands, inhale them out to the side again. Exhale, keep reaching right arm, right ribs forward, and we'll set that hand down inside the right leg. Chest opener, the left arm raises. Splay open the hand bones. And start to reach upward plus backward. And you'll have to find the head position that suits you best. And we'll continue to engage that right leg, that quadricep, so you're strongly straightening the knee. That quad contraction can be a little flickery, but we'll be getting into the groin and the back of the leg, so that'll be helpful to enact that. here and frequently. There we go. And all of us can get an approximate sense of where the carotid is on that left side as you're lifting the arm, as you're finding that best head position. We'll take 2 more breaths. Find out if the area around your carotid can become softer. And then side bend. Reaching this left arm more or less over the right leg. But I'm also choosing that position and direction that helps me feel that entire left side, where the most of that left side. So as we're engaging that right quadricep, actively send that left leg, that left thigh bone, outward, groundward. So we get both legs moving, acting rather, quite strongly, and then breathing into left side waist. Spreading that breath through the left side ribs. And we'll set that hand down. Inhale, walk the hands back, uprighting ourselves, and we'll switch sides. So we've got the left leg straightened. And as we inhale the arms out to the side, we're first just getting a measure of the left arm over the left leg. So our chest is turning. And then exhaling, connect or interlace the hands behind the back. And we'll maintain chest over pelvis, head over chest. Okay, so if you feel that urge to kind of droop the head forward for a counterbalance, bring the head over the heart and let the legs sort out the balance. Let the groin sort out the balance. Okay, releasing the hands. Inhale them back out to the sides. Exhale, left arm reaches forward, left ribs lengthen forward, and I'll raise this right hand just right of vertical. So if we've set the knees widely apart, engaging this left quadricep, may get into the groin and may get into the back of the leg in a pretty strong way. This is really great to engage this quadricep, to open up this back of knee. We've got a lot of lymph and all of those little muscular engagements, kind of pressing and opening up the tubes of the body. It helps express that lymph. It helps it get moving. So at a physiological level, we can keep in mind or be inspired by to move the fluids is very healthy. And we can do that by dilating the tubes, expressing fluids, relaxing the structure where fluid lives and aggregates and circulates. So contributing to all of that is, of course, our deep breath. All right. Side bend, we'll take this right arm more or less over the left leg, but I'm also hunting for that sweet spot where the most of that right side gets a nice light up. Because as I'm getting into these ribs, as I'm getting into the groin here too, a lot of lymph nodes, armpit, right through the ribs and the breast and the chest area, deep inner groin. So finding out, can I breathe those places into fluid movement? Engaging that left quadricep, actively reach that right leg groundward, outward and groundward. And inhale, bring that right hand down, walk the trunk back up. And then we'll set both legs out widely, straddle. And when we get both legs out simultaneously, it may feel like more of a stretch, either in the groin or the backs of the knees. So please, just as a reminder, if your knees must be bent, it can be very helpful to have something under both knees or the injured knee. Okay. So if you need a couple little rolls of fluff under the knees, do it. Support feels great. So I'm going to engage both of these quadriceps again. And then inhaling, lifting the chest away from the pelvis. Exhaling, inch by inch, walk our way into a fold between the legs. Not going for maximal stretch. And we're going to back out 1 inch. And here we'll work some rounds of Uddiyana. So to keep those legs engaged, keep the foot bones splayed, inhale. And then swiftly exhale out the mouth. Remain empty, keeping those leg muscles engaged. Draw in, drawing from the perineum. Drawing in, drawing low belly. Keep those quadriceps engaged. Drawing in and back, lifting up. Relaxing the belly when you need a breath. And we'll back our hands up another inch. And this way our chest can lift further away from the pelvis. And glide the shoulders away from the ears. And here's round 2. Inhaling into the pelvis, the pelvic floor. And swift exhale out the mouth, everything out. Remain empty. Drawing the belly in. So by keeping the legs engaged, by drawing the belly in, you might be getting into a great deal of hip, pelvis, perineal, colon, material. Once we've released, we walked ourselves, our torsos up. Use your hands, help the legs together. And we'll set up for dolphin. So let's move to our elbows and our knees. The elbows set under the shoulders, the knees set under the hips. Open up the hands, be really active with the hands, splay them out, reach through the fingertips and press them to the ground. Inhaling into the sides of the ribs and attempt to feel the width, the broadness of the shoulders, the broadness of the rib cage. And with neck relaxing, exhale, we'll press the knees off the ground, and we are in dolphin. Now, if you have any shoulder precautions that you're taking, keep both of your arms exactly where they are. If you would like to explore playing with and weighting one shoulder at a time, shift your weight into the left arm. So the left elbow, the left forearm, the left palm, all of that arm surface is helping to bear and distribute weight. And then we can lift the right elbow from the ground, maybe the fingertips. I like leaving the fingertips for support. Okay? So whether you're working on two arms or one arm, this option may also be available. Elevate left leg. Now, feel the middle of your right foot. So you've elevated the left leg, you're reaching it back, you're reaching it away. Feel the midline of your right foot. And we'll set the left foot down. We'll reset the right arm down. If you're doing a weight shift into one shoulder, we'll begin that weight shift into the right arm. And then elevate right leg. And then feel the midline of your left foot. So if there were a left and outer part of your foot and an inner part of your foot, get right on that midline. That's it. We'll set the right foot down, we'll set the arms down, we'll set the knees down. Take a rest. And we'll lie on back, grab a block on your way down. We just need something to fill in this gap between our legs and our hands. So bring the feet off the ground, the knees over the hips. I'm going to start with my right hand tucked behind my head. Okay. The left hand will hold the block. I'm just getting it, kind of preemptively getting it on that left leg. Inhale, elevate the head. And I'll start to bring the elbow a little nearer to that block. I'm not craning or mashing my neck. I'm just getting the elbow there, so there's quite a bit of turn. And then once you make the contact, you find that block distance you want to work with. I'm just going to keep holding the block there. And take another breath. The back stays on the ground. And our exhale, stretch the right leg out. We're going to pinch that elbow into the block, into the left thigh. I'm using my left hand to hold it. So inhale, I'm going to release a little bit. And I'll repeat the same side, the exact same side as I exhale. So exhaling, I'm going to lift the head up, touch the elbow to the block, stretch the right leg out, pinch, pinch, elbow, block, left knee. Draw the low belly down. Inhale, we'll let up, releasing. And then again, exhale, right elbow to block, to left thigh, stretch that right arm out, the right leg out, pinch. So you're getting a nice little buzz, a nice little zip of elbow, block, left thigh. Give it a good zip, and then draw the low belly down. Good, release. Inhale, we'll set the head down, the feet down. Pass the block over to your right hand. And let the left hand scoop up and support the head. All right, inhale, we'll float the head up. Place that block in place. Left elbow, pinch the block to the right thigh. Stretch that left leg out. Pinch it, draw the low belly down. We'll do the exact same side twice more. Inhale, release some of that pinch. Just let the elbow come away for ease. And then exhale, elbow, pinch block to right thigh, stretching that left leg out. Sink the belly down. And once more, inhale, letting up. And then exhale, elbow touch block to right thigh, stretching left leg out, and pinch, like you're compressing that block. Draw the low belly down. Inhale, letting up, set the head down. Exhaling, set the feet down. Keep the block nearby, we'll set up for bridge. The hands, the fingers, can skim the heels. Exhaling, shift the tailbone toward the sky, the buttock lifts. And so feel that the buttock can be engaged. Now before we slide that block underneath, just want to play a little bit with you. Something I noticed yesterday, it was fun. As the heels, as the feet are pressing earthward, and you feel the glute, the butt, working to support you. Is it possible to also sense the fronts of your thighs softening? That entire area above the knee releasing and relaxing. This is all while the back of the leg, the butt, the thigh is engaged. Good. And keep playing with that as you insert a block under your sacrum, should you like one, should you need one. Keeping that left buttock very active, engaged. Inhale, take the right knee toward chest and pull it inward, pull it at your chest. Exhale, reach the right leg up. And here, if the leg straightens, if the right leg straightens, engage that right quadricep, the muscles above the knee. And this is all as you're softening the muscles above your left knee. Brain play, brain body play. Now bending that right leg, that right knee, place the ankle over your left thigh. Now feel, is the left glute, is the left butt still active? Feel the left heel descending into the earth. That'll light up a lot of those left shin muscles, the area in the front of the ankle. There you go. Inhaling into the right side pelvis and waist. And exhaling, can you sense a distinct movement of the right thigh bone that's altogether different than the pelvis? It might feel a little fused together. It might feel like a unified, and it might feel like there's some space between those bone areas. Okay, inhale. We'll take that right foot and set it on the ground. And press. Feel that right butt, the back of the leg engage. Inhale the left knee, actively draw it toward the chest. So you're driving that right heel into the earth as you draw that left knee toward the chest. So legs way apart. Right leg groundward, left leg chestward. And now exhaling, send that left leg skyward. The back of the right leg, the back of the right butt, active. That left quad, the top of that left quad and thigh, active. If the knee doesn't straighten, that's okay. And now, left knee can grow soft as we set the left ankle atop the right thigh. So ankle over thigh, unlocking the hip, unlocking or perceiving distinction. Inhale into that left side hip, sensing a distinctness, left thigh bone, left side pelvic bone. Exhaling. Is there motion? Is there a sense of space? Is there a sense of impact? What do you sense in the left hip? When our body feels free to move, right? Our mind can move freely through the leg, through the pelvis, through the hip. When there's kinetic options, there's behavioral options. So in a sense, we're testing the waters, finding out what kind of options are available. When I don't have kinetic options, behavioral options, I'll often keep my same behavior as as a form of security, right? All right, let's set that left foot back to earth. Press, feel both butts, left side, right side active. Press away from that block, scooch it off to the side, and we'll exit lowering out of bridge. All right. If you turn over and have a seat, I'll show you how we might play with the ankles and the knees today. So I'm profile and I'm seated with the tops of my feet beside my hips. Now, I was sitting on a block. Some of you might just sit straight down to the earth, directly between your heels. And for some of us, we may need one block, more blocks, blankets, whatever the prop is. But I want you to get as low to the ground as you can while not creating any strain or stress on any knee injury. Okay? So where is that place? In my mind, it's a relative of those Virasanas. Right? It might feel like it imparts a little stretch through the shin or the top of the ankle. It might feel like knee compression. Just take a moment to prop yourself up. Okay. And then we're doing a little bit of a wrist stretch with our fingers either behind us or in front of us. Which one? It really depends on how high up you are. Like if I was on 2 or 3 blocks, I probably wouldn't reach behind me for the ground. Okay. But I'm sitting my fingertips behind my butt. My fingertips are pointing at my butt. If I were hands in front, I might just have to switch them around. And for the moment, I'm really just creating a sweet wrist stretch. I'm not trying to necessarily palm the floor. And then if you have a pretty good contact, hands on earth, we're going to bring our focus up to the chest wall and the shoulders, the fronts of the shoulders. Inhale, broadening through the front of the chest. So here we have another iteration of that chest opener. I'm just keeping my chin kind of tucked forward, just for ease. Okay, and release. Okay. If I bring my hands out in front of my knees, I can release out of that deep knee bend slowly. So take your time just kind of unwinding and stretching out the legs and moving through the ankles. And I just want to show you where we might go when we go upside down. So one of the places we can go, handstand variation. I'll be drawing my heel toward my butt and stretching that thigh back. So from downward dog, I'll just show pretty quick just so we can be on the same page. If I Draw my heel to my butt, that's part one, and then I reach the thigh away from my belly. And we'll do this on both sides. Okay. I'll talk us in. So hopefully you have a section of wall there. Oh, I didn't show you the handstand option. I should just show you that right quick. If you are kicking up into handstand, I'm gonna drop my stuff. I'm about shin length from the wall. I almost forgot there's a second part here. And I'll draw one heel to the butt and the other thigh to the chest. Okay. So if we're using the wall, it's heel to butt. If we're kicking up into handstand, we'll add the thigh to chest. I'll talk us into downward dog at the wall. I'm going to make a presumption we'll work with that. So you've got your best feeling downward dog with the heels near the baseboard. I like to engage the triceps, not to lock the elbows, but to feel where the shoulder blades are. Inhale, step a foot up hip height. And then exhale, smoothly step the second foot up, same height. Choose any leg that you'd like to begin with. Draw the heel toward the butt. So it's a very close relationship. And then stretch that thigh away from your abdomen. So I've got that leg folded up. I've got the heel drawn closely to the butt. And then I'm reaching that bent leg outward. Heel to butt. There it is. Yep. So we're just doing a partial of this star chakra handstand. Good, let's switch sides. We'll set that leg back to the wall. Select the other leg, draw the heel to the butt, deep knee bend, and then reach that thigh away from the abdomen. Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. There it is, there's those mid-ribs, that's it. And we'll set the foot down to the ground, walking down, stepping down. All right. Let's set up our mats. We could be away from the wall. We'll stand at the top. And I hope that you can have a block and some padding for this piece. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, we'll step the left foot back. Down. Now, piece out of there, grab the block is for the, I'm putting it exactly where my foot was and stepping directly downward onto the block. Directly and downward. Our pressure is so carefully downwardly placed the block doesn't flip any which way. So directly and downward. This will increase the crease in this front hip. Inhale, take the arms back overhead. And for the fun of it, press the palms toward the sky. Just putting a little additional stretch through that wrist part of the arm. Now, since we were just in handstand, just play in your body mind. If you're pushing those hands against surface, will that feel supported in your mid-back? Are you supported in that low back? Maybe I need to shift a little back, a little forth. Maybe I need to draw those low ribs in slightly. There you go. Good. Inhale. We'll bring the hands down. We'll step off the block. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower, downward dog. All right, inhale the left foot forward. I'm setting up padding for the right knee. So first I have my foot on the ground and the arms reaching out. So the ways that I can help my body experience fluidity. Often a great healing move. There's so much of the anguish that we may experience. I often find it strongly correlated with a quality of being stultified, stymied, stuck. And there's something about working with the subtle body or the fluid self-sense that really encourages that to change, to move, to reorganize. So let's bring the hands, bring the block into play. So now when we step directly, back up. Hold. So stretch, energetically press through those arms. Get a nice little zest of handstand juice going through those arms, even though we're not in handstand. There you go. There it is. Good. And one of the ways we can encourage ourselves to remember, to feel, to find that fluid self-sense is with our breath. A fluid breath, a breath that moves from inhale to exhale, from exhale to inhale. Step off the block, exhaling chaturanga. Hands to ground, we'll step back. Cobra. Inhale. Heart lifts away from abdomen. Exhale, lower, hands under chest, downward dog. The triceps. When you engage the thighs, the quads, just above the kneecaps, You can engage such that you're encouraging fluid movement. We could also engage in a way that's quite stultifying to the body. You'll know because you can feel. Find out which behavior feels conditioned, usual to you. Also feel which motion feels novel. Which behavior is like, oh, that's the one that encourages this fluid self-sense. Warrior one, inhale, step the right foot forward. So I love materials, I love structure. It's for me, it just helps me take on a perspective that's different than my thinking mind. So I can reach and deepen the stance to just feel a blanket stretch. But I can also deepen so that I'm enhancing and encouraging what I might perceive as the motion of blood, of lymph, of interstitial fluids all throughout this hip. And then I can lift up through the torso, not because a yoga teacher said lift through your torso, but because I can get a sense of how that's opening and encouraging a fluid movement through the guts, through this vagus area, through the abdomen. So just enriching and encouraging that fluid self-sense. Because that fluid self-sense is a beautiful antidote to fixity. Twisting warrior, exhaling, the left elbow touch. Now you can stay here if you like. This may be more beneficial than going deeper. The option is to go into twisting warrior interlock. So as I exhale, I slide this left elbow more deeply, nearer to my thigh. Right hand behind back. Left hand slips under the thigh, hands join. Now, midfoot, the midline of your right foot. Good. So moving toward bird of paradise. Now, if you don't want to hang on to that interlock, that's fine. You can always just let it go. You can step the left foot forward, stand, inhale, bring that right leg up, and then left hand will grab the outer edge of right foot. And we can always stretch that arm out. So I'm just going to go with this standing twist, bird of paradise, but this seems like a great move. Good, let's play a little bit. You're all in a great spot. Engage that back of left butt. Feel the front of that left thigh softening and opening. That's the left one, the standing one. There you go, that's it. That's it. That's it, B. Inhale, we'll set that right foot down. Exhaling, chaturanga. Hands to ground, step back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior one. So here's good news, bad news. There's news. I can't really tell you how to attune to the fluid. I can offer you quantitative markers, and I can offer that it's possible. But how you do it, how you enact it, how you sense it, that will be on you. But I can deepen into the stance, and I could feel stretch. I might feel the fascia stretching and the muscles stretching. Or I can deepen into the stance, attuning to, is this encouraging fluids to get washed through and moved through and circulating and expressed and pressed and expanded and pumped and twisting warrior. Exhaling, right elbow touch, left thigh. Now, it may be a better option for you to remain right here in twisting warrior. Option 2 is twisting warrior interlock. So exhale that right armpit a little nearer to my thigh, left hand behind back. Your deep breath is part of that fluid self. So I'm not going to show or offer cues into Easy Bird, but it's available. What I'm going to do today is release the hands. Inhale, step the right foot forward. And then stand. Right hand grab outer edge left foot. This left hand can reach back. So usually we lock out the joints. We feel that sense of lock or fixity when we engage to diminish movement. We can engage to enhance and to facilitate movement. Try it out with your bottom thigh, your right thigh, above the knee. This quadricep. All right, bending the left knee, inhale, we'll set the foot down, the hands down, exhaling chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. All right. We'll have a seat, and we'll one more time revisit straddle. We'll take one more forward fold. And inhale, we'll walk our way up, our torso upright. Hands help legs together. Lie back. We'll do a brief shavasana. If you want to put your legs up the wall, great. If you want to keep your legs bent, great. I find there's an interesting thing that's available to us in Shavasana. It's a different pairing of inner motion, all that subtle and fluid and structural reorganizing occurring within this kinetic stillness, this kinetic quietude. Is stillness an option? Is it a behavioral option? Hint to begin that movement towards stillness. Feel for softening. Feel that inner gesture of release. When we move away from certitude, there can also be more potential outcomes, potential creativity. And so we're just flirting with that gesture of release that brings us a little closer to don't know, not certain. The physiological, the energetic move is release or softening. And now when you're ready, bend knees. Turn. Press to seated. Namaste.